we started out the episode mining, so maybe we can end the session mining. Maybe we can end the session mining as well. But I feel like some diamond would be a good fitting end to the stream. If you did just join us and say hello, maybe you can watch back the VOD and let me know. Like I said, I'm sure that there's a million people out there that are a lot better at Minecraft than me, and they can give me some tips and some pointers and point me in the right direction of where I should be going. I'm quite impressed that I managed to find a ore doubling system that is more or less self-sufficient. I will probably need to sort out some coal at some point because everything's running off coal generators at the moment, or sort out an alternative fuel source. But we're cooking along nicely. And I said I probably wouldn't do another mining session, but you know that the itch you get when you walk in and it's just sort of hard to. I think it's because you never know when you're going to come back down here, so it's just sort of hard to walk away from some ores and say, I won't bother mining. So I will do my very best to just sort of strip this out and try to find some diamond, and then maybe we can call it quits for the night. I'm also very interested to see what we obviously have a set sort of time that I'm streaming now, but it would be very interesting to see if another time works better, and so we might at some point play around. We'll obviously stick with the usual scheduled programming to make sure that nobody misses anything that wants to come back, but maybe we can check out some alternative streaming times and see if it works better for some people. And like I said, I will look into a server, see if anyone has a server set up for this sort of business, or if I need to set it up myself, or we'll look into that for sure. So I guess it just doesn't do ores, but it does do. I wonder if so. As I was saying, the last time I played, I think it was Tinker's Construct that had this sort of hammer dealy in it, and I was wondering if in that one they had you could right click using the hammer and it would put a torch down, which just saved a whole bunch of mouse wheeling and clicking and what have you. I wonder if diamonds are a lot more. That's the old petrified anus ore. Ex-petrified orb. Osmium. I mean, I guess mechanism might be another thing to look into. You can never have too much uranium. Boom. See, I'm also interested with the old lockdown, how many people have Twitch running in the background while they're working from home, or obviously I think there'd be a peak in viewers for people that would normally. So in Australia at the moment, which is where I am, I think school has just gone back last week, I want to say, or at least in my estate. But I think they're still running by the rule of if you can keep your kids home, you should. But yeah, I wonder if, especially with the old homeschooling and stuff, if Twitch has seen an increase in viewership since the old work at home situation has started. Because I imagine there's a few students that should be doing their maths homework, but they're watching old Ninja on Mixer doing Fortnite things. And I wonder if in turn there'll be a lot more people, if viewership goes up, there'll be a lot more people doing it, obviously, and then maybe there'll be a lot more people looking to maybe add some advertising and stuff, which then makes it bigger again. So I'm sure that there's people at Twitch that have all of these things in mind, that they're looking into all of these things. But a very interesting world we're living in at the moment. Well, this whole search for diamond thing hasn't gone overly well, but we got some redstone, which is good. Seems like a lot of stuff in this silent mechanism or whatever it was that I made all of those ore processing machines in. That seems to be pretty heavily reliant on redstone alloy stuff. So, excuse me, I do need some water. So before anyone worries or freaks out, as far as I know, I'm not sick. I'm just, this whole talking for 3 or 4 hours at a time is a brand new experience for me. So I think it's something my voice is starting to come to terms with and starting to protest about. So I think it will probably take me a few streams to warm up the old vocal cords and get them used to this. Especially when, so prior to doing this, I mostly spent time at home looking after my kids. So I didn't do an awful lot of talking. Well, I did a lot of screaming at them, but not a lot of talking for long periods of time like this. I tended to keep my own company. So this is definitely a stress on the old vocal cords. Right. We're going to keep going until we find diamond. I mean, I feel like I said, 11 used to be where I used to dig for diamonds. I'm hoping that's still the case. Ooh, what's that? Gold. Redstone. Maybe we just clear out a big old chunk here. Oh. And then we'll come back and pick up these ores. Because I suppose... Will that... Oh, okay, so if there's ore in the middle, it will... Look out, we're starting to cook now. So you can do that, but it obviously will use up some of the durability. So maybe it's not the best plan. Do you get experience from redstone? I was trying to figure out how I'm level 25, but I suppose I've done a fair bit of mining tonight, so if you get experience when you do redstone. Is it just redstone? Like I said, I'm sure there's people out there watching that are just pulling their hair out thinking, what is this guy doing? Noob, is that still a thing? Do people still say noob? Don't know. I'm sure they do. So when I first started gaming many moons ago, there was obviously no voice chat, so it was all very much text-driven insults that you got rather than being screened out like on Xbox Live. It was all text-driven stuff, and being called a noob was sort of the worst thing that you could be called. But I assume that's sort of stood the test of time, has it? What is that noise? I don't know. Did you guys hear that? My God, why would they include that in the game? Why would they make that horrible noise when you're in the middle of a tunnel here, down in the middle of nowhere? Why would they put that noise in here? Crazy. Right, I feel like we're close to diamond. I don't know if you guys can feel it or not, but I feel like we're almost there. We have some gold, we've got some iron. We're about halfway through our pick. Not our pick, our hammer. So I guess we'll just keep banging away at these walls. Normally I run into lava or caverns or something by this stage, so... Yeah, this ominous music isn't helping either. I don't know, part of me wants to turn it off, and it also sounds like this thing's breaking all the time. Part of me wants to turn it off, but part of me kind of likes the ambience, I guess, depending on where you're from, that it all brings. Oh, we've hit a little patch here of black stuff. Am I still picking everything up? How am I doing in the old... No, see, this is why I built a backpack earlier. which I haven't been able to use up till now. Well, it's not that I haven't been able to, I just haven't really used it up till now. So let's open that up, and we'll just throw all this junk in there. I wonder if there's like is it a dank something? Dank no, dank niv no. I don't know. Am I speaking another language? Does anyone understand what I'm talking about? I'm sure there used to be some sort of item that you could, every time you picked up cobblestone, it automatically deleted it, and it only kept sort of a certain amount on hand. As long as that noise has stopped, we're good. We do need coal. Oh, there we go. So coal gives you experience as well. Because we have nothing but coal generators running everything, we do need to collect all this coal if at all possible. That looks like there's a lot of it. As I was saying earlier in the stream as well, for anyone that's new, I'm playing currently on a very old TV that originally this wasn't set up for streaming or what have you. So I've got a pretty bright light coming from this side and another one coming from that side. And I, to be honest, when I'm down in these caves, can't really see a lot of stuff in terms of brightness. So I'm probably using more torches than I need to, but hopefully it helps you guys see as well, to be honest. There's nothing worse than trying to watch somebody play a game and not really be able to see what they're looking at. So that's why we are where we are, and if I am squinting a little bit, it's because I can't really see very well on this TV. I'd love to know what other people's setups are, how they like to play, what sort of, do they play on like a proper monitor? Because I mean, I don't know a lot about the whole tech side of monitors, to be perfectly honest. I know that this thing has a pretty quick refresh rate, I think is the term that it is. So that is one of the reasons that when this first came out, this was a decent TV for gaming on, but I think we're probably so far into the rabbit hole now that this is probably pales in comparison to the new stuff that's out with 4K monitors and whatnot. I wonder if I'd love to hear what everyone else is currently gaming on. Right, so I think the plan is, as I was saying earlier, I feel like I tend to go into Minecraft not really knowing what the plan is. Maybe the best way to approach it is to have a episode goal for something that I want to achieve by the end of the episode. And maybe it's like a if this or that type deal. So since we're getting to the point where, excuse me while I adjust. Since we're getting to the point where I've been streaming for a little while now, and I'm looking at maybe calling it a night. Maybe I keep going until my hammer is either depleted or I've found the diamond that we're so desperately searching for. I guess the only other downside is that will I eventually run out of space before I run out of hammer durability. But even if I just keep banging away here and... Oh, lapis. Lapis is good. That is definitely something I was looking for earlier. So we've at least found... So I believe we can make blueprints from that. Mind you, I just only realised late in the episode that you can actually use a wooden thing to make a one-off cast for your tools. But we'll maybe edit that out in post and no one will ever say that happened. Lots of redstone, lots of pink ore, bauxite, and tin, and petrified ore. But not much diamond going on. We've still got this last little push here, I think. I wonder how many... So does it actually give you like a durability? So 200. So I wonder if it takes off 9 at a time. 7. Did I not do a full 9x9 block? Oh, what's that? Ah, uranium. Ooh. There's a zombie on the other side of the wall. Much like the first place I lived in when I was a teenager and I'd first moved out of home. I'm sure there was a zombie. One that I always used to complain to about the noise. Did my head in. Anyway, we won't live in the past. We won't dwell in the past. We'll move on to finding diamonds. Here. And here. Oh, there's a lot of mobs around me. I can hear them. We must be coming in on a cavern. Oh! Oh, look at that. It was above us. Hello. Why don't you come down and say hello? Well, that's sort of thrown a spanner in the works. I wasn't ready for that. Was it the spider that hit me, or was it like a... I thought it was a skeleton shooting me. Where's he going? Hey. Alright, bye. Well, I tried to talk to you, buddy, but you didn't want any of it. Ooh. I'm braining this guy with a hammer. Did that use your ability? Well, I'm not feeling our chances of... Oh, that sounds like lava. Just on the other side of me, which might indicate some form of diamonds. Hey, look at that. How fortuitous is that? You couldn't write... Look, what have we got? 23 left. You couldn't write a script any better than that. Oh, it's dimensional shard. Oh god, how embarrassing. I thought maybe we lucked out and we found some diamond right at the last